loading snacks.
What's good, Loaded Snacks Universe? Your boy Jokes is here. I got the homie Marcus, and it is time for another edition of the Finisher Podcast.
Finisher, 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 finisher.
Marcus, it has been a little while since we've been able to do an episode of the Finisher Podcast.
Yeah,
I asked how you doing, good sir.
I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing, good sir?
I'm doing okay, man. Holding up day by day. But I'm doing good right now, man. Good to see your face on here. It's good for us to be here, talk about
All
some
right.
wrestling.
Yep.
We want to thank you guys for keeping up the speed with everything. I'm gonna go into a little detail before we get into the show. It's just we have to be able to talk about this before we get into things. But um, I know a lot of you guys, of course, are following Loading Snacks. You know all of our antics and everything. Um, for those that are listening, some maybe that are watching, they're not so familiar. Um, Unfortunately, Sin, who some of you guys are probably very familiar with, London, one of our good friends, of course, main host of the Loaded Snacks podcast, or one of our podcasts, unfortunately passed away within the last couple of weeks. So we've been processing and doing a lot of things behind the scenes. So making sure we could get like the show in front of you, it just got put on pause for a little bit. Um, but we just wanted to make sure you guys knew everything. I know a lot of you guys are already tuned in. We appreciate you guys checking in on us. It's been a rough couple of weeks. Um, so now we're trying to, get back to that new normal, I guess will be the way to kind of say it. But of course, things will just never be the same as they always were.
Yep.
But um, we know Sam will want us to continue this, to bring this to you guys because we know you guys enjoy it, and we're gonna follow suit. The train doesn't stop. Sometimes, we got to take little pit stops. This is one of those moments we had to take a little pit stop, regain everything, just get back to the way that we were, and so we can start doing this again. But
Yep.
um, we appreciate all the love and everything that you've been showing to us over the last few weeks. It's been rough, but we are just moving on through it. Marcus, anything you want to say before? Because I don't want to dwell on this for too long, but I did want to make sure everyone was fully aware.
Nope. You pretty much said everything about that I would want to say. Is just we appreciate all of your love and support during this time, and uh, like Joke said, he would want us to continue, and this is what we're doing. So it's for you, good buddy.
Yeah, it's gonna be for you, man. Like we can't stop. Like, listen, Ray is not going anywhere. EO's not going anywhere. Tony's not going anywhere. So we got
Julia's
to
not
keep
going
up.
anywhere.
So we got to
Bailey's
keep
not
up.
going anywhere. We
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 got to
got
keep
you,
up.
fam. Like, don't worry. I'm still gonna do my job. Like, you don't have to worry. I'm still gonna do my job. So you're good. You're good.
So we're gonna keep things moving. But yeah, as your same thing, appreciate you guys. Um, loadingsnacks.com, as usual. That is the place to go and to keep up with all of the Loading Snacks antics. Things have been a little bit quiet, but as we start getting things back into the normal rhythm, you're going to see our posts and things start to come back on there. We're looking to re-engage with you guys as we always did. Uh, but I think it's time to go ahead and start talking about some wrestling.
Sure.
Marcus, there has been a lot of stuff over these last few weeks that
Yep.
has been occurring within the world of wrestling. So let's start first with AEW All Out, which is coming up within the next couple of weeks. Um, we had talked about this prior that there was a rumor that WWE was going to end up having a show that was going to come to combat AEW All Out on September 20th. At the time, it was just a rumor. We were like, we can see them trying to do something like that. And of course, fast forward, we now have Wrestlepalooza, which is also going to be on September 20th. Now, first of all, I know a lot of people, Wrestlepalooza, not big on the name, but you know what? Respect. It used to be an old ECW pay per view.
Yep.
So WWE's kind of resurrecting that moniker for this premium live event.
Yep.
Um, by all means, as of right now, this is not to be on par with WrestleMania. I know the names are similar in fashion and style, but hey, who knows? It could be, but it's not going to be that big. Um, so when we first found this out, it was like, oh snap, we're gonna have like this is. I don't want to say this is the first time they've gone fully head to head. There's been like overlap more than anything
Yeah.
else, but these two shows were literally going to be right next to each other. I think the start times may have been an hour apart from each other,
Yep.
but the majority of both shows were going to be going at the same time. Until just this past week, AEW decided to pump the brake and decided to shift the show to 3 p.m. So now they're getting completely out of the way of Wrestlepalooza. I'm not necessarily mad at at that decision. Probably could have been a good play. Uh, I do believe there is a good amount of AEW fans and a good amount of WWE fans that honestly only want to
Watch
silo
one or the other.
themselves within the product. But it kind of, WWE kind of put the halt on things. Like it is what it is. But like, how you feel? How you feel about the change?
I mean, it's a smart move, like going back to 3 p.m. to show your event,
Hmm.
whether it's still being paid for or if it's on the streaming service, whatever. It's still a smart play. Just be like, okay, 3 p.m. We're just going to change it from the evening to the afternoon.
Hmm.
Get our fans because originally, like most of their stuff starts at 3
Yep.
when they're overseas anyway, so it makes sense. The only personally, I don't think it's a good move. I think they should have just went head to head.
Hmm.
Ratings be damned, and be like, no, we were here first. This is our time slot. Like we're going to split the wrestling fans up. How I don't care if you're getting majority of it or whatever. This is
Hmm.
our slot. Because
I
at the end
dig
of the
that.
day, it's still a pay per view for them and not a PLE.
Hmm. I
Also,
can
for
dig
those
that.
of you who no longer at Peacock, make sure you subscribe to a VPN service of your choosing.
Woo. Hey, listen, that's something. There's a lot of streaming stuff happening too that I feel like we're going to have to get into as well.
I'm
Um,
just saying, make sure you have a good VPN that you like and you know
listen,
do what VPNs do.
Stephanie McMahon told people you should have a VPN. Look, look. Okay. Shift gears for a second. Steph was being interviewed on. I don't know if she was on ESPN or whose show she was actually on, and they were talking to her about, of course, all the PLEs now shifting to ESPN's platform. Originally, that wasn't supposed to start taking place until early next year, but we've bumped
Nope.
that up. But she for on the show, and like, and she's getting heat for it. Was pretty much saying you should just use a VPN. I thought that was I thought that was wild of her to say with the relationship that you're going to have with ESPN from
But you're already going to be having a relationship with Netflix, which is where every other country is going to be watching anyway.
very valid, very valid. But I thought that was super left of her to go ahead and say. Don't get me wrong,
Hey,
as
Stephanie,
us
a
the
real one
consumer,
though.
I,
Stephanie, a
listen,
real one.
for us the consumer, that was a very good little piece of advice that you could give. On the business standpoint, I don't know if you should have said that, but we
I
appreciate you
mean, you
nonetheless.
would have to be out of your mind to actually buy an ESPN service, the ESPN service, unless you're truly invested in like everything ESPN.
Yeah,
But if you're only interested in WWE, why would you spend the money for ESPN when
yes,
the VPN option has always been there?
yeah. I was my Peacock was included with I forget which thing. I said, I'm like, you guys can have that couple things. Like I'm only paying the extra few dollars to get the premium version of it at that point. But yeah, so Yeah, I think Tony Khan got a all out of the way. Not mad, especially with the fact that we are looking at potentially the pay-per-view's main event being John Cena versus Brock Lesnar. That honestly is going to, if by chance you put that main event versus whatever All Out's main event is going to be, more than likely people are going to flock over to the John Cena Brock Lesnar side.
Yeah, because this
Um,
is last Wrestlepalooza.
First and last, like I don't know if Wrestlepalooza will be a thing going forward, or if this was kind of just that makeshift thing to get in the way of AEW. So I'm eager to see if they decide to keep the Wrestlepalooza thing going, or if that's just going to be just one of those one-off type of PLEs that they do for it. Um, like we still, as of now for Wrestlepalooza, I think we only know of one match on the card. I had the website pulled up, but I think we only had, was it Lyra versus Bailey, if I'm not mistaken? I'm pretty sure that was the only. No, Io versus Stephanie. That's the only match as of right now that is confirmed for WrestlePalooza. Uh, the rumor is we're going to end up seeing, which if this is another thing, these are the type of things you add that kind of make it a good thing that you got out of the way. Um, well, what's been happening with CM Punk, Seth Rollins, now Becky Lynch. If you guys haven't seen Raw, um, Becky essentially is now part of the Vision, and on Raw, Becky pretty much
Punk.
insulted slash assaulted CM Punk. Punk clearly is not going to put hands on her, which we've been talking about this for a while.
Please let her come back. Let my bae come back. I just need the music and the skip, bro. That's all I want is the music and the skip. I
Is
have
it's
been
looking like we're going to
feeding.
get AJ Lee back, and if that match is possibly going to be on the WrestlePalooza card, that's gonna take some eyes off too. Especially if you end up,
It's not going to be
that's
her though. It's
probably
going
gonna
to be
be like
like Michelle
midway through the
McCool or
show.
somebody.
That'll probably be like midway through the show. Honestly, you know what? That probably would open the show just to get people's eyes already on Palooza so you
I
don't
mean, no,
flip.
Kelly. They could just do a swerve and just since she
They
just signed.
could do a swerve. They absolutely could do a swerve, but let's be real.
As long as it's
With
not Nikki Bella.
what's with what's happening tonight, we're recording this on Friday night. SmackDown has an air jet. SmackDown is in Chicago. So we're in CM Punk's hometown. Now, CM Punk is a Raw guy. The only reason why, well, there's two reasons why potentially he's on SmackDown. One, this is John Cena's last SmackDown in Chicago, which it may actually be his last SmackDown period from what it looks like the days that are available on there. So I kind of feel like they want to end up having CM Punk and John Cena do something for one last time uh in Chicago because that's like a thing.
Yep.
But then on the opposite side of it, AJ being in Chicago wouldn't be super far fetched, clearly. So there's definitely a number of reasons why, it's probably a good reason AEW got all out of the way. Um, for me, not a big deal. I don't know about you, Marcus. I'm good with having a whole 8-hour work shift worth of wrestling
Yeah.
between the two shows. So we're going to be eating good regardless of which way this goes. But we're looking at, we've talked about going the head to head between AEW and WWE. Um, by all means, AEW is doing okay. I know they're at this point they're not trying to go to like the big venues and all that. We're trying to do the smaller venues to do shows and stuff out of.
Yep. That's their circuit.
Um, I'm getting to the point. Like, don't get me wrong, we're a few years in. Like we're some years in, and we still have nothing but the ceiling to go to.
Yep.
But it's not quite looking like AEW is going to be able to pull out becoming like the number two. I mean, technically it's the number two because there's not that many, wrestling promotions in America that are just like on TV. like that
Yeah.
for it. Um, if WWE does end up acquiring TNA, like we've been talking about that, TNA poses to be a good place in line, even if it does become like the developmental piece, another developmental piece for WWE. Um,
I mean, but
I
then
don't know.
it still goes to like the original like 5 points is like, and the criticism of talent that has left AEW is that it's a good place, good work environment. The person is in the right place, heart's in the right place, but
Mm,
we need someone to actually knows the business.
mhm.
So
I'm still eager to see Brian do stuff backstage. Like I feel like he's probably the perfect person to be someone backstage in a position that can really make change. Like we already knew he's a locker room leader. You know, he does stuff backstage, but sometimes I feel like I don't see anything being wrong like with Tony Khan, you know, he sometimes I feel like he's a fan first,
yeah,
which don't get me wrong, it's good to be a fan, but you got to know where you got to put that boundary in there for it. Um, because at one point we were just getting stars left and right in AEW, and it just seemed like everybody was just here. You're on the show just one time. We'll see you again in a month and a half or 2 months. Um, and like some things, like I don't know. I'm getting a little old with John Moxley and crew right now. Like I don't know. It's just not doing it for me. There was a point where it was like, oh, these dudes like they about to take over AEW and do something, but I don't think it worked out the way that it was supposed to.
yeah.
And so now we're kind of just in
Um,
this stuck spot that we just can't figure how to get ourselves out of it. The Young Bucks now are like they're new. Like they don't they're at the bottom of the barrel now. They don't get their own names when they come out anymore. They get like makeshift names on them. It's just weird. Like it's just cool to have the type of fun, but I don't know. So
this is
I get a
where
little.
it's like TK. I don't know if it's like a power like trip type thing where it's just like
Mhm,
it's my company, I want to book it how I want to book it type deal, or if it's like, yeah, these are some good ideas. This is my thoughts on these ideas. We're going to do my thoughts, or if it's just
mhm,
like, oh well, here's the script, just go and make it work.
yeah. So I'm a little. I'm starting to get a little worried about AEW. Like, don't get me wrong, they got the money, so it's not like they got to worry about the well running dry. And they got the partnerships, which, like we're going to get into, they just also made the announcement. Um, their pay-per-views are going to start becoming available on HBO Max. So when I first heard that, I was like, bet.
You got that? I'm set.
I'm like,
I'm
I was like,
set.
I'll go ahead and get me HBO Max and do that. But there's a caveat to it. So it's not included, but you get a discount on the purchase of the pay-per-view. So I was kind of like, it comes out to be a wash. But if there's some content on HBO Max that maybe you want to watch that you haven't consumed yet or whatever, um, essentially it looks like you get a $10 discount on the pay-per-view when you order it directly through HBO Max. So instead of it being normally $49.99, you'll pay $39.99. HBO Max starts at $9.99 a month. So you'll save a penny because it'll be $49.98. So you'll still essentially paying the same cost, but you're just essentially getting HBO Max included with everything at that point for it. And that's only the base version of Max. So if you want 4K, you want more than two screens to be able to look at stuff on, you're gonna have to get a higher tier on there. For me, there are a couple of things on HBO Max that I do want to watch. I haven't watched the last season of The Last of Us, so this may be the one time, you know what, I think I may give them I'm gonna
I
give
mean,
them
you
the
have all the
$20.
DCU stuff that's on HBO Max, so There's a
But you know
whole
what?
catalog of stuff.
Good call. I haven't watched Peacemaker, so that's probably it's gonna. I feel like whatever that week, I'm just gonna order it, have it for a month, and I need to just go ahead and binge all that. Because with AEW and their pay per views, you know how we have the 1 month kind of in between it. I will shut HBO Max down for a month and then resubscribe to it just to be able to get a little bit of the discount. But at the same time, I'm still giving
Hey,
them
I'm
more
on
money
like
because
my 20th watch of like Young Justice, so
and HBO Max is removing stuff left and right. So it's almost hard to want to subscribe to stuff when things just keep disappearing left and right. But I'm eager to see if eventually if they may try to include the AEW pay-per-views just in the subscription. Like if
I
you
think that's
tell me
something like
it's
being worked out like down the road.
yeah,
Like if per viewer watches the pay-per-view
hmm
a part of the subscription, they get X amount of revenue
hmm
on like the back end of like the month or something like that. So I can see like that being a thing similar to like Netflix, but because HBO like HBO Max is it's not as big as like Netflix, but
yeah,
it people do go to watch stuff on HBO. Also,
hmm
if you have a Hulu account, you buy HBO Max on Hulu, you connect it to the actual HBO Max thing. So
I was
you'll
gonna say
already have
they do
HBO
have a
Max.
bundle,
So it's
HBO
like
Max, Hulu, and Disney Plus. It's like $30 a month. You get them all, so it kind of dots your I's and gives you everything. Uh, Still
if
doesn't
you
give you
already have like
ESPN.
that bundle, I mean, you don't have ESPN anymore, but like if you use that bundle, then all you're really paying for right now is a pay per view until the point in time they make the money off of everyone buying in at that
hmm
discounted rate. To then, okay, we no longer need to charge you for said pay per view.
Yeah, but otherwise, if I'm just not trying to consume some of the, especially for me, yeah, that's like you said, DC content. I'll just pay the 49 for the AEW pay-per-view. If I don't end up going to see it somewhere, like sometimes I'd rather just take that $50, go to a restaurant that is showing it and pay for food and watch it. But I hope hopefully they'll come to figure that out because it's essentially a wash. It's if you get the base version of it. So cool. You get AEW pay-per-view plus you get HBO Max. Cool. I just feel like I won't. There's tons of stuff I can go on Max and watch. Like I haven't finished watching Game of Thrones. I can definitely go watch that. Uh,
Like it has a good catalog of like series, movies, staples
mhm.
carried over. I think like even Sinners is still on it right now. So for no plug intended, but for those who haven't seen it, I mean you can go ahead and watch it on Max.
Yeah. But yeah, streaming's changing. They're trying to change the game again, but it's too much streaming out there. And like as we were talking, like we haven't talked since they announced that ESPN was going to be acquiring all the premium live, at least the big shows as of right now, but it seems like it is going to be everything going forward as far as the big shows. Um, like to get ESPN, it's 29.99 a month. Obviously, if you have Peacock, you're essentially doubling what it was that you paid Peacock to be able to get access to the PLEs. Um, there are some caveats depending on your cable provider and things like that that it will be included with. They still haven't been fully open about the YouTube TV one because that's the one I'm most interested in seeing. I've seen where it is included with YouTube TV, it's not included with YouTube TV. Um, Clearly, we'll know with Wrestlepalooza. This is going to be like this is going to be our first way to really experiment with that. Um, I'm just not prepared to give like because ESPN, I definitely am not going to be watching a whole bunch of stuff on there. Like I know they said they're going to get the numbered UFC events, but I'm pretty sure those I don't. I think they said they're included too, so that'll be cool. But I just don't watch UFC like that. So it's cool from time to time, especially Gage is a huge. Let me not say necessarily a UFC fan, but he's a fan of seeing people get knocked out. So that's the only reason why he would probably consider to actually have ESPN. But I'm pretty sure he has the bundle, so he already has it anyway. Um, yeah, but
I don't
I'm
know. I
not.
can't. I
I'm
just can't justify that price. Just like I mean, like I keep up with like baseball and stuff, but
yeah,
even then, I'm not watching the game. I'm just watching the score
yeah.
because if I'm going to watch a baseball game, I'm at the
You're at the
baseball game.
stadium. You're at the stadium watching the game.
And unfortunately, my team is in a whole nother state, so it's not like I'm traveling to go. Like I don't have
Be
that
able.
type of pull. So I can't justify spending almost 30, 20, 25, $30 on ESPN when I know I'm not going to like utilize it fully.
Yeah. So I'm just eager to see how this all this streaming stuff goes because it's starting to get out of hand once again. Like it was already getting out of hand, and I feel like we're going right back in that direction again. So I don't
On the
know.
bright side,
We're
we
gonna.
may get Pat McAfee back.
I did hear we maybe getting Pat McAfee back. Um, I'm gonna activate my VPN and let's
Yep.
just do that. Fortunately enough, with the router that I have, my souped up gaming router has like a VPN like built into it, so I don't have to like subscribe to anything extra. I just have to go in the router settings and turn it on.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna turn that on, and we'll have to do some experimentations because I can't justify the $30 a month just for the one PLE. AEW pay-per-views are at least every other month, so it's not too bad, but. Otherwise, I'm not watching ESPN. So,
Nope.
yep. So we'll see how Wrestlepalooza and All Out go hand in hand with each other. What you got on the deck, Marcus?
Uh, I mean, we talked about a lot of like the main points. I would say I'm happy Can Cross is doing this thing, and he's being successful. He's been on couple shows and
Hmm.
been killing it, and I'm happy that he's found that success. I'm proud of Natty going to Bloodsport and doing her thing in Bloodsport, showing like, hey, I'm not just like a WWE gal. I have this edge to me, so that's good for
Yep.
her. And I think we're actually getting like a potential like AJ final tour.
Yeah. AJ did post image of like an hourglass with the Phenomenal One logo slipping through it. So yeah, we're on borrowed time right now for AJ Styles. Like, don't get me wrong. I think his career has been amazing. It's just he's one of those that like I would hate to see go, but I would like to see him. He said that he wants to retire with WWE, but at least if that frees him up, maybe where he can show back up in like New
He
Japan
has
just
to
for
go to
like,
new either like he has to go New Japan and he has to have one final match in TNA.
yeah,
Like
like I don't even see
like
him
if
go over.
anything, like one last final match. Like it doesn't even have to be like an X Division match or anything crazy. Just
Mhm.
have one final match in TNA. Like
I
have
don't think I
him.
don't think he'll do the match. It'd be cool. Like if they
I
can, I'm
think
trying
he
to think.
would. I think he would because Bobby Roode is like retired because he's backstage.
Uh-huh,
Only person that left is Lance Storm. CD is with AEW, so you can't really get like the whole band back together. But it would
uh-huh.
be nice if, like, hey, like I gotta go. My bro's retiring. He's
Yeah,
going to TNA. Like I gotta step out because this is family. Like that would be a thing. Like that's what I would want to see happen. It's just
yeah.
that
I would
one
like to do
final
just
like
almost like
fortune.
a world tour type of thing. Like honestly, I don't think most of them will be matches. It'll just be kind of him visiting like these places that have been crucial to his career. And just like I said, TNA and New Japan are honestly the one and two. Like there's no other ways. He's been other places, but nothing has been on the
Nothing like
lines of what
TNA and nothing like New Japan.
New
Like
Japan. those are the two places. Um, but it's crazy, it's kind of crazy to think that. But we've seen. I know me and you have kind of been tuned into AJ Styles from. I don't want to say maybe the full on beginning, but definitely that midway in the TNA, and then from TNA on down to New Japan, it's just been
Yeah, it's been a
ongoing,
crazy ride,
and
a
it's just
phenomenal one
it's
actually.
shut up. It's just crazy to see, these parallels in, careers starting to wrap up. John Cena currently right now on his last part of his tour. We're gonna have AJ Styles coming up. Um, it's just it's crazy to see that these stars that we've seen from honestly Cena for 100% we have seen from the very very
Very
beginning.
beginning,
Very
very
beginning.
beginning.
Like OVW,
Jeez,
small snippets, but from his interaction with Kurt Angle on that first time on SmackDown,
like the moment he said Ruthless, I was like, okay, locked in. Like,
we've
show me
been
what you
locked
can
into
do,
that
kid.
dude. The good,
Like,
the
show
bad,
me.
the
Show-
indifferent, been there through all of it. So it's kind of surreal to see that, this career is wrapping up and we're going on to those next stages. But I'm just happy to see that there's just tons and tons of new stars that are up and coming that have the potential. Like, I don't think I don't know if we'll get to see in our lifetime someone on the caliber as like the John Cena, the Ric Flair, 16-time champion, 17-time champion. Randy Orton and Triple H were the two closest knocking on the door. Trips, of course, is done, so he's not coming anywhere close. Randy, I think we still got a little bit of time. There
Maybe like
is a
one or two
potential.
more championships,
He's
but
14. He's 14, if I'm not mistaken. So it's not that many in between, but I I don't know if we'll see him tie Ric Flair, maybe surpassing John Cena. I don't know. I think Cena's going to be that
I mean,
champion.
he's their new modern day Hulk Hogan because fuck Hulk Hogan. So, like, it
Yeah.
is what it is.
And
Like,
so I don't think we'll see like because it took a couple of decades before Cena was able to get to that point to tie Ric Flair. So I think at some point in our lifetime we may get close to it with a new superstar who honestly I think that person we probably either have not seen yet or we're in the very early stages. I don't think there's anyone currently right now that is in that position to do it, but
yeah, even Roman is like far from it.
yeah, Roman will just have the one of the longest reigns. Like I think for him, that's gonna be hit. That'll be the thing on his mantle. It's the 1,314 days, I believe it was. That's gonna
Hmm.
be that's gonna be his thing. With him now really, shifting gears, going into also into the acting realm and things like that. I don't quite see him at this stage getting to that level. Even with Cody, I don't even see Cody making it to that.
I don't
Cody's
think
gonna
Cody would
have.
even want. I don't even think Cody's like goal is to even reach
Oh no, I don't think
18
so either. I
or
think for him
17.
it's just as he gets the championship, just being the best
Just being the
champion that he
champion, the
can
best
that he
champion.
can be.
Yeah,
And I think right now with him doing Street Fighter, this is giving him a good little bit of time off screen until we get him back. Probably in time for Survivor Series. Uh, I think will probably be. I think that'll be more than enough time for him to get in and do what he needs to do for Street Fighter. Um, because then at the same time, it just depends on how well that Street Fighter movie does, and if we even get greenlit for a second one. So, but yeah,
hey,
I
look,
don't. I
I
don't
was
see.
just talking to my homie about it. I was just like, I don't know about Akuma, like Roman being Akuma. Like Akuma's like a secret boss type character. Like what? Like
Hey, look,
I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm just not sold on Roman being Akuma. I'm not. Like
I'm
I'm
in a
not
spot
behind it.
where I am. I'm interested. I'm interested to see how this vision. develops. Because to me, right now, it's like they're trying to throw a lot of those known faces into some of these characters. And sometimes it works. I will not, by all means, I will not say that it won't just not work. But sometimes I kind of like just because you throw like, these heavy hitters in these roles doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work out.
I
Now,
mean,
looks
Cody makes
the
sense. He already has the Gal haircut. Like he already has the platinum
I was gonna say
blonde.
no. Some people will look the part, and I think he is going to look the part of Guile. I think he will have that down pat. Um, Akuma, I think Roman can do that. I think he can. I think with they gotta get some makeup and stuff on. They'll be able to do the part. The only one that I'm a little weary on is M Bison. I forget homie's name. He was in which one of the James? He was in Suicide Squad, the Suicide Squad. He was Polka Dot Man. He's been in, The Dark Knight. He's played little other roles,
Yeah,
but that's the only one that's a little visually right now that I'm kind of
I'm
like,
not seeing like, yo, like no matter what game you play, what comic book you read, M Bison is a buff dude.
so that was a little wary, but before we
I
get
mean,
too
but I
far
guess
on
like
a tangent,
bodysuit, like he just wears like a
they
bodysuit.
could they could do it. They could have put any other wrestler probably and put
And,
into an
and then
M
they could like
Bison.
50. You're too old, bro. Pack it up. 50. Pack it
Balrog,
up.
I think that could work. I think that maybe could work. I don't know, but none to say like I don't think we'll see someone in this, at least in our lifetime, be able to come to that, and it's going to be crazy. But
And you
I feel
know
like
what?
different,
We probably won't. They'll
yeah,
probably like change the name of the title or whatever, and then
it'll still keep the lineage. Like you know how they always do. The name will get changed for a little bit, whether it's at some point, the WWE and the World Heavyweight Championship, as they are currently, are going to end up becoming the Undisputed Championship once again. It's it's clockwork. Like I feel like within like a 5 year span, it will bring it back together, and then we're going to end up making the offshoot and making another belt after a period. It's how it is. Roman took both belts, the Universal and the
I mean, if they
WWE
buy
Championship.
TNA, that's what's going to happen.
Uh, I don't think so. I think they'll keep them separate. I think belts will shift between the shows, kind of like how, listen, we joke all the time. Sin, this is one of those things. The Speed Championship that just now is a part of NXT. Why are the Speed Championships part of NXT now? Like, I feel like at first we thought they were scrapping it, but we moved it over. I don't know how I feel about that. We've had so many discussions on and off the show about the Speed Championship.
Yeah.
I don't know what we're doing with speed. It just seems like we just need to get rid of it. I thought it was a cool thing, but the fact that none of the champions ever bought the belt on TV, like it was always, the speed champion or all those matches were made specifically for Twitter, X, which I'm guessing they probably don't have that agreement anymore, and that's why we don't see it any on there anymore. But now I feel like they're just bringing on the show for temporarily until they
It's
who
another
are the current
24/7
champions.
championship.
Yeah, they'll just end up going for other championships, and then I guess they're just going to hope that everyone just forgets it. I don't know, but yeah, that's what's been going on these last couple weeks. I'm trying to think of anything else that has tripped well in the wrestling world, but I think those are the biggest
Oh,
things. The streaming.
uh, there is one thing.
What else?
Kenny this is a scheduled time off. It is not like I'm like injured. This is like a scheduled thing. Like this has been in the works. Like this is like the plan. Like relax. From
I
per
don't know.
Kenny Omega himself. So
I don't know. Sometimes the time, like, and listen, the time offs and the storylines sometimes on the AEW just don't meld well together.
I
And
mean, if it was me, I would want Kenny Omega in Street Fighter.
listen, listen, Kenny Omega being in street. Listen,
As Cody, if
he did the damn
I'm
advertisements
I'm saying, bro, I'm
for the
saying it
DLC.
makes sense. It makes sense. It makes sense. He took the time off. He is in. He has to be in Street Fighter, bro. Like
Listen, if
he's
this is how we get Kenny Omega versus Roman Reigns, I'm all for it.
hey. If we have Cody, Kenny Omega, Cody, and Cody as Gal face off for a brief second, that will be crazy, bro.
And anything's possible, and maybe just like I know WWE did their advertisement stuff for it, but that could be a that. You know what? I didn't even think about that. That lines up perfectly. He could be that hidden person in there. I'm not mad at that. But other than that, yeah, I think we've hit on all the good topics for this week. Um, we gotta get ready for SmackDown.
Yep.
Um, we appreciate you guys tuning in with us.
So much.
We've been missing in action, but we had to do this, and we had to bring you some content for you. Uh, don't worry, things are going to get back to normal. We're going to be coming to you on that bi-weekly schedule as always intended, and we'll have some, of course, all those shorts and everything that'll still go live. But best thing that you can do, loadingsnacks.com. Best place to go to find everything Loading Snacks oriented. Make sure you check out the merch store. It's on there as well too. We've added a lot of new stuff in there for it. Stay tuned. I believe there is some new other things that are in the works as well too. Um, we do have a couple conventions coming up. So next on our mission is going to be StellarCon in Pennsylvania. StellarCon is a 1 day con, so it's one of those that we're gonna shoot up, spend the night, come on back down. We know it's going to be a good time. Uh, Stellar, of course, is from our good friend Kevin Hott with Transcendent Events. Uh, Always puts on an excellent show. We're looking forward to going up there, probably hosting some panels, doing our normal thing up there. Uh, Marcus, I don't know if you saw, they did announce Karen Ashley is now also going to be at StellarCon. Uh, we did not get to interview her, unfortunately, when it was at BlurCon. And if she has a panel, I'm probably going to petition to try to see if I can do her panel at StellarCon. But we don't know. But yeah, she's going to be there as well too. Um, but make sure you guys check out the website, keep up to date with everything that's going on. We got to go ahead and get out of here because we got some wrestling to watch.
Yes,
Uh,
we do.
Anything else, Marcus, you want to say to the people before we get out of here?
No, I'm good, man. And with that, I mean, you can do your thing. I'll do my thing.
I'll cue it up. We had to cue it up the right way. Marcus, let the people know what they need to hear.
Just because your back is against the ropes does not mean you can't move forward. And with that, we're out. Who doesn't lose?
Loading snacks.